Welcome, welcome one and all to QuizCraft, our live trivia stream. I'm your host, Tiff Official, here to put your video game knowledge to the test. This week, QuizCraft is all about Slay the Spire, a deck-building roguelike game. Even if you don't know too much, I encourage you to participate because there are 500 buckaroos on the line. Ask a friend, do some research, have Wikipedia up, whatever you gotta do to try and win. So you may be wondering, I see a lot of new people here in the comments, how exactly you compete for the grand prize. Well, I obviously have some information for you. On your screen, you should see a link, surveymonkey.com/r/quizcraft. So just head on over there with your web browser and enter in your StreamCraft username. If you're on Android, quick little tip, once you're in the stream here, you can just hit your back button and the video will be a little overlay so you can watch me follow along as you answer the questions. Anyways, once you've got SurveyMonkey all loaded up, you just follow along with me. I'll be telling you the questions, the potential answers, so you just gotta use the best of your ability to try and win. You gotta get all 15 questions right to walk away with the grand prize, but those of you lucky few who follow us on Facebook, you only need 14 questions correct because we've got our lovely little bonus entry system. I encourage the rest of you to do that for next week as it's super helpful. Now, before we get on to the actual quiz, I believe we're doing another coin drop, maybe? Again, if you're new, oh no, maybe not. You have to stay tuned. But just a little hint for those of you who are new, coins you can use to send props. So you might see my good personal friend Spooner sending all these flowers. Lovely, I appreciate it. You can also use your coins to subscribe to your favorite streamer or do more coin drops. Spread the love, you know, it's pretty fun. But anyway, stay tuned to the end because we'll be doing some bigger coin drops that are fun for all of you. Anyways, hope you're all ready for the quiz. Once again, that's surveymonkey.com/r/quizcraft. Enter in your StreamCraft username, and let's get into it, everyone. Question number 1. Who is the developer of Slay the Spire? Is it Blockbuster, Blizzard Entertainment, Megacrit, or Bill Gates? So you have about 15 seconds here, or not even 15, 10. Oh, I'm just being too nice to you. Blockbuster, Blizzard, Megacrit, or Bill Gates? On to question number 2. What is a roguelike? Is it an animal that escaped from the zoo, a subgenre of RPG where you crawl dungeons and can permanently die, a documentary about thieves, or all of the above? So hopefully if you've played any games, you should know the answer to this. Trying to keep it easy for you in the beginning. Awesome. On to question number 3. What the heck is a spire? Is it a tapering structure, a type of spider, an IKEA bed frame, or the latest dating app? Oh, it's right in the title of the game, so probably somewhat important. So either a structure, a spider, IKEA bed frame, or a dating app. Question number 4. When was Slay the Spire released on Steam Early Access? Was it right now, today, November 15th, 2017, July 25th, 2003, or November 5th, 1955? Oh, right now, back in November of last year, Judgment Day, or the day the flux capacitor was discovered. On to question number 5. Which character's cards are aimed for skills and buffs? Is it A, Bodie McBoatface, B, Leroy Jenkins, C, Gandalf the Grey, or D, the Silent? So each of these definitely has their own skills, but one is the actual answer for Slay the Spire, obviously. Question number 6. What is the highest ascension level in the game? Is it A, StreamCraft founder status, B, 5, C, 15, or D, working for StreamCraft? The highest honor of all is not only working for us here at StreamCraft, but working with Freeman. XOXO, he's not here right now, so haha. On to question number 7. What is one way to obtain a relic? Is it from playing the game 3 days in a row, from a chest, from rage quitting, or by selling 5 cards? Now, if it is actually rage quitting, that's a pretty awesome incentive to, just be a jerk and quit the game repeatedly. Oops. Question number 8. How many cards do you draw by default each turn? Is it A, 5, B, your entire deck, C, 1, or none? That'd be too easy. So a pretty important mechanic of the game is drawing cards and cycling through your deck, as you do that pretty often. But how many do you think you draw each turn? Question number 9. What type of creature is Niao? Is he a jaguar, a Sasquatch, a whale, or a giant man-eating crocodile? So Niao is the creature you encounter at the very start of each Slay the Spire encounter. Sends you off on your mission. It's one of these creature animal things. On to question number 10. What does the Smith command do at a rest site? Is it A, Agent Smith destroys the Matrix, B, creates new armor, C, unlocks a new colorless card, or D, upgrades a card? At rest sites, you can either rest or smith, which both presumably help you along the way. And smith either destroys the Matrix, creates new armor, unlocks a card, or upgrades a card. Question 11. How much does the very first card removal service cost? Is it 75 gold, free, 15 energy, or 10% of your max HP? Oops, we're going on the wrong counter here, but 75 gold, free, 15 energy, or 10% max HP. Ooh, I got 2 buzzers going at once. Look at this bang up time. On to question number 12. What does block do? Does it block damage for 1 turn, block damage for 2 turns, block a curse, or increase defense? I have to actually throw in some hard questions. So obviously block is some sort of defensive thing in the game. Do you know which one it is? Question 13. What collectible card game inspired Slay the Spire? Is it A, Exploding Kittens, B, Magic the Gathering, C, Netrunner, or D, Pokemon trading card game? May seem fairly obvious as it's the inspiration, but one of the creators is a huge fan of the correct answer. Question number 14. What happens from the decay curse? Is it A, 2 random cards get permanently destroyed, B, your deck becomes zombified, C, you take 2 damage at the end of each turn, or D, Donkey Kong interrupts the game? Decay curse. One of these 4 either helps you out, maybe destroying some cards, screws you over, Donkey Kong, one of those. Last question, not getting any easier. What does the card Dual Wield do? Is it A, double your hand capacity, B, summon the Dark Magician from Yu-Gi-Oh!, C, doubles the damage dealt for the rest of the encounter, or D, make copies of the other cards in your hand? Oh, hope you know this one, guys. This is the very last one. Testing your knowledge. Super duper. That wraps it up. We made it through. Totally learned a whole bunch about this game. I hope you guys did too. So like I said, stick around. You'll learn some trivia deets as we go over the answers, but also for another awesome coin drop coming up. So make sure you're paying attention. Okay, question 1. The developer of Slay the Spire, the correct answer was MegaCrit. So Anthony Giovanetti and Casey Yano are the lead developers of Slay the Spire at MegaCrit, and obviously you should go check them out. Question number 2, what is a roguelike? It's a subgenre of RPG where you crawl dungeons and can permanently die. Roguelikes take their influence from games like Dungeons and Dragons, but the 1980 game Rogue is considered the first major game in the genre, as it was, genre named after it afterwards. Yay! Question 3. A spire is a tapering structure. So if you take a look at the art of the game, it's in the background, the spire thing that you have to climb up. A good example in real life would be the spiky bits on top of cathedrals. Super technical description there. Symbolically, they're used to proclaim strength as well as to reach towards the skies, so usually used in like religious buildings and things like that. Question 4. When was Slay the Spire released on Early Access? It was November 15th, 2017, about 6 months ago. So the game has been growing and going pretty well. In February, estimates put about 500,000 players play the game. And during the week of January 21st, it was the second highest sold game on Steam. So good job. Question 5. Which character's cards are aimed for skills and buffs? It is the Silent. So the Silent is described as a deadly huntress from the Foglands who eradicates foes with daggers and poisons. The other character you can play in the game right now is the Ironclad, who's more of a warrior and attack damage based. Question number 6. The highest ascension level is 15. By going up in essential levels, it essentially means you're super pro and you just want to make the game super hard for yourself. And little self-promo, if you take part of our game challenge, you need minimum ascension 10 to get the hardcore reward. Check that out on our blog. Question 7. One way to obtain a relic is from a chest, and you're actually always guaranteed to get a relic from a chest. You can also get relics from defeating bosses and going to specific events. Relics are permanent items that provide passive bonus for the rest of your run, so super useful. Question 8. How many cards do you draw by default? It's 5. So if you're familiar with other games, Slay the Spire is similar mechanic. You draw your cards and you have a certain amount of energy per turn to play them. So energy sort of like mana and Hearthstone, very similar concept. Slay the Spire differs though. You cycle through your deck pretty often, so the cards you have become super important. Question 9. The type of creature that Niao is a big whale. So there's a big blue whale that welcomes you on your journey. And he actually rewards you more the more times you play. So if you did a really good run previously and then you play again, he might give you some better buffs and rewards. Question 10. The Smith command upgrades a card. So every playable card in the game can be upgraded to a better version. It's not so cut and dry though, as you can only do Smith at a rest site, and rest sites are usually right before a boss, so you have to pick between upgrading a card or healing when you know you're gonna be going up against probably a pretty difficult boss. Question 11. The first card removal service costs 75 gold, and each service after that goes up by an additional 25 gold, and you can only do it once per merchant, so you gotta be a little strategic. Maybe get rid of a card that's not doing something for you, get rid of a curse, that sort of thing. Question 12. Block blocks 1 turn of damage. So there are skill cards and upgrades that you can increase your block. For example, your basic deck usually starts with 4 copies of the Defend card, which lets you gain 5 block, aka you would be able to block damage for 5 turns. Question 13. The collectible card game, the inspiration was Netrunner. So as I hinted, but not really hinted, one of the creators, Anthony Giovannetti, created and maintains the largest Netrunner fan site and forum. So he could say is super fan. Question 14. What happens from the Decay Curse? You take 2 damage at the end of each turn. So there are a couple events that you can gain decay from, like the Forgotten Altar or the Wheel of Fortune. And this would be an example of a card that's in your deck that you might use the merchant to get rid of. And lastly, question 15. The card Dual Wield, it makes copies of the other cards in your hand. And I wanted to include this question as there's a really fun article about this guy who successfully did a run with only 2 cards, one of them being dual wield and the other a card called Flash of Steel. So essentially just duplicates Flash of Steel, which doesn't cost any energy but does damage, and keeps duplicating that card and dual wield to beat the game. And that wraps it up, folks. If you haven't guessed, we're going to do another coin drop, so you better be tippity-tappity ready to hit that little blue teal button that should pop up on your screen. So in the meantime, while I know the coin drop will pop up while I blather on, I'm gonna do some breakdown of some cool stuff we got going on here at StreamCraft. So you have just under 1 week to enter our big StreamCraft swag giveaway. In case you haven't seen it, we're giving away an awesome chair, mechanical keyboard, a mouse, a headset, some awesome stuff for your setup. So if you've already entered, you can actually gain some more entries if you refer some friends, if you visit the Xenox site through the Gleam portal, that sort of thing. So check it out. Next up on the promotional bandwagon, you can of course play Slay the Spire through our game challenge feature. There's up to $1,000 worth of prizing. So more on that. If I haven't said enough, read our blog. It'll tell you all about it. And last piece of promo before announcing if anyone actually won this quiz. If you're into mobile gaming, there's going to be an awesome tournament on Saturday for the game Lords Mobile. So we're partnered with them and their big tournament, of course, live on StreamCraft on Saturday. There's going to be more coin drops, cash prizes, real-life giveaways, all that good stuff. And for you StreamCraft superfans, this is a chance for you to see Freeman live on a stream. So that'll be on this channel on Saturday, 11 p.m. PST. So looks like we're tippity-tappeting in the results. Who might have won or who might have lost? You guys are all commenting in there that you thought it was pretty hard, which can't make them all super easy, guys. You know, gotta keep the challenge up. And, I appreciate all the presents and props and flowers and chocolates. Oh, it feels so special. And while we're typing the results too, actually, I lied, 4th piece of self-promo. Next week, I believe we're doing all about the Marvel Cinematic Universe to tie in with the new Avengers movie. So that should be super fun. Bring out your nerd flag. Oh, okay. Results are in. Sir Director? Yes, no, maybe so? Yeah, okay. Drum roll. No one at all. Really? No one. For once, this hasn't happened in a long, long time that no one won QuizCraft. So I'm glad I made it hard for you for once. There's a couple runners up, it looks like. 2 people had 14 out of 15. So a little golf clap for you guys. 2 of you got a couple right. And so here's a hint, maybe next time, go on our Facebook bonus entry, tag 2 friends, you might have won the prize. So this is what will happen for next week. We do have a runner-up prize of $50. We'll probably split between the both of you. And the jackpot next week will carry over. So next week is $950. So that's some big moolah, guys. You better tune in. Yeah, I think that's all the self-promo, little shebang. Thank you so much for joining. Remember to follow us on all our social media. That's where all the cool stuff goes on. We'll let you know cool updates, contests, prizes, all that good stuff. So thanks again for tuning in. See you next Thursday, same time, same place. Bye.